Hello, happy January 3rd. It's a rainy day here in San Francisco. I'm back in San Francisco, back in the yoga room at my gym, and just me today. So, yeah, I had enjoyed having Danica with me over the last few days for these video blogs, and I'm actually really excited about who else I'll be able to share these with, over time, because I'm going to do this for a total of 365 days of sharing these, and I love the idea of getting to invite friends to do these with me. So if you're interested, let me know. And I bet there's a way to do this remotely. You could have two screens. Anyway, I won't ramble on about that. I mean to just do the reading, which is from today, January 3rd. And the topic today is surrender and free will. God wants proof that you are totally surrendering yourself to Him or her. Tests will come. If you fail the test, then your surrender is not complete. If your surrender is complete, no matter what test comes, you will pass it. Once you pass the tests, you don't have to worry about anything that happens in your life because you're not responsible for your actions. Whatever comes from God. Whatever goes is taken away by God. It's not that easy in the beginning because your ego will not allow you to surrender this way. Until you become the master of the ego and give yourself into the hands of God, the ego will even create doubts in you. You might ask, then what is free will? Free will means you are free to take responsibility into your own hands or to give it into the hands of God. If you take the responsibility yourself after going through all these problems, difficulties, and turmoil, you will finally say, I am tired, God. I'm not going to try to handle this anymore. I know I cannot. So the best thing is for me to put the reins in your hands. Let me take the back seat, you drive. There comes a time like that. That's when your ego has been completely cleaned. Then, even though it might appear to others that you are doing something, you will know that you are not doing it. You are being made to do it. It is very difficult to have that kind of total surrender to God because the ego enjoys its supremacy. It won't give up that easily. There will be a big fight. You have to prove your capacity. Couldn't help but to think about that song, Jesus, Take the Wheel. I like this idea of the ego having to fight, in it being a way that we can recognize where we'll fight something, even though we may know there should be a different action that we take or a different outcome based on our actions. Friends may even say, why do you keep doing this? And we keep doing it anyway. Self-will run riot. And the other thing that just came to mind was that idea of what is insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. How far do we go before we reach that point where we do throw our hands up in the air and say something, whether it's God or, oh Lord, help me through this, when we actually refer to some other resource that's beyond our own hands, And I know for myself, I'll tend to hold on for quite a while, and when I look back at some of my some significant transitions in my life, like with dance, for example, I know that inside of me there was this yearning for more. I felt like I wanted to have something else unfold in my life, and maybe it was through dance, I wasn't sure. I just felt like I didn't know how to take that action, and I ended up getting injured and had to take a break. And I often give credit to that injury for what instigated this change to happen, for me to recognize that something did need to shift. And it was kind of out of I certainly didn't make myself get injured, but when I did get injured, I had to stop dancing because it was much too painful to physically keep going. and emotionally and mentally. So something else took over. Now, I won't say injury was my higher power, per se, but I think there was just something else operating in my life. There's something else that came up in that. Oh yeah, I like that idea of so then do we just literally, do we let go of the wheel and expect that someone's going to take over? Do we just do that randomly any time in the day? Say, okay, fine, if there really is a higher power, then I'm just going to let go and see what happens. My understanding with that reading is, whenever Swami Satchidananda, oh yeah, these are the readings from the Golden Present. I forgot to put it up in the beginning. I do like to show that. But these are the teachings by Swami Satchidananda. And I know whenever I think about this, when he's sharing these are words that he's offering a spiritual seeker, and someone who's already made the commitment to inquire within, to learn to know thyself. And so oftentimes this is someone who recognizes that they do have a responsibility in the world, and it's not just to, feign ignorance and consciously do something disruptive, but to really listen to themselves and to open that portal to a higher power at a time when needed. Yeah, it's when you reach that point when we say, I am tired. I need some other help. Sometimes they say, I've heard that's when help comes, right? So that's another thing too, learning how to ask for that help rather than to also feel this sense of self-sufficiency, which I know I've struggled with, and people I've talked with have struggled with, trying to figure all this stuff out on their own. Whether you let friends in, you let God in, higher power in, the tarot cards or some other type of spiritual guidance through an occult resource like that doesn't tell you what to do, but it helps, helps your mind get stretched out. I sometimes read these runes, R-U-N-E-S, that are kind of, they're little symbols that offer messages. And I think I got a little lost. It's a little bit of a rainy day out there. But that's my time. I don't want to go any longer. I want to keep these a little bit shorter. I think I got used to having a sidekick or a co-companion on these, and it's just me today. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I'll be back to you tomorrow. All right. Thank you.